So till now, we have understood how to navigate from one screen to another using a normal way and using a named way. So now it's time we understand how to pass some data while navigating. Definitely in an application, there will be scenarios. Then we have to pass one data from the first screen to the second screen. Also, suppose there is a situation like in the second screen, we need the user's username. In that case, we don't want to again have a database call in the second screen because it will be very time consuming and resource consuming. It's better that if we have the data already in the first screen, we pass the data to the second screen through the constructor. In that, as we already know, there are two types of constructor: parameterized constructor and name constructor. So to accept data, first we have to create instance variable in the screen we are navigating to. That is the second screen, you can say, and create a constructor in that screen which accepts and assign the value to the instance variable. What I mean by that is, let's go. Suppose we have this contact screen with us, or I will just simply take this second screen. Here, first, I will have an instance variable of string name, and then I have to declare or mention a constructor which will accept this value and assign that to the named to that variable. But definitely down we have already this constructor. I will just remove this one and create a new constructor like before, and simply write this dot name. Okay, this section is done. Now in main dot dart, definitely here it's asking that we have to send some value. So it's better when we are using, because when we are using name routes, now this is not the way how to send a value. We will discuss that as well. But for the time being, I will just comment that second screen. And now in the first screen, I will use the push method, not the push named method. And you can see in the push method, the second screen is giving some error because it is saying that there has to be some argument inserted. That is, second screen is accepting some argument. So simply I will send that, because since it's a positional argument, not a named constructor, it's a positional, that is it's in the 0th position. So I will just simply say name, I will say Bill Gates. Now in the second screen, in the init state, oh sorry, this is a stateless region. So we have this button go to contact. Here I will just simply print the value, which is name, and I will write it print. Okay. Now let's see, does it work? Are we able to send data from one screen to another? Let's find out. bring out your emulator. Now go to contact. So that it should be go to second screen. I hope you understood. So when I go, now we have this button print. And when I click on this button, see Bill Gates. In the print screen, we can see that's Bill Gates value, which was sent from the first screen. So finally, we know how to navigate with data sending. But now it was only a positional argument, same as that when we are passing data to a name constructor. That it's not a very difficult thing as we have done it again and again. Simply what you have to do, go to the second screen and here simply make it a name constructor. And you can give required since it's not a null element, nullable value. Now in the first screen, you have to do nothing. It's a name parameter, so you have to write the name, which is the name as we mentioned it there. And right now I will name it Elon Musk. Now again, check if it's working with name constructor as well. When I go to the second screen and click on print, see Elon Musk. So this was the difference. And from the very beginning of the Dart sessions, you should know the difference between positional constructor or parameters and name parameters. I have been emphasis on this again and again because it's a very core concept. Now, the thing is, there we in the very beginning I removed that named route because it was showing some error. Just because if you have a name route and you want to pass the data, we can also send parameters while navigating, but we simply add the argument to a map while pushing to the next screen. You can see here with the example navigator.push named context contact.id, then it's a new parameter called arguments and it accepts map. Here the key is name and the value I have given here string, but you can also have different objects or custom models in future. But to understand the concept, you have to see how it's done. Bring out your editor. Now in the first screen, I will go and check in the main.dart. Okay. And since we are using named routes, I have to remove this constructor, that is, we cannot accept value like this. For that, what was the step? Step one was here, you simply go to the third position, that is first is context, second is the name of the screen, that is contact.id. I'm going to contact, but I would like to go to second screen. So I will just go second screen dot id. Here I will go to second screen. And here, if you see, there is this third argument parameter called arguments. And here you can simply write name as key. and value as you can say Mark Zuckerberg. And I'm just saying here, suppose I'm sending two values, founder, Facebook. Okay. So we are now sending the value, but definitely in this second screen, we must accept it, retrieve it. And to retrieve the data, this is the code which you have to remember. That is model route dot of context dot settings dot arguments. So just remember this. I will first of all check if it's null, that is if value is given or not, like this. Is not equal to null, and here this will show some red thing because cannot be unconditionally accessed, because obviously this can be null as well. So either we have to use the operator like this, which means it won't be null, or we can we are allowing it to check. This concept is recently added in the null safety. So here first of all we are checking if it's not null, then I will just accept store it in a variable. Same thing, just copy and paste, and just like as map. So you have to write map in order as map, because otherwise it will be an object. It comes as an object which we are saying no, it's a map here. And then simply write arguments. First key was name, and then print arguments, and the second key was founder. Let's check again. Now from first screen, name and founder, are we able to print it? As soon as we go to the second screen, go to second screen and see Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook. So this is the way of passing data to a name route. Earlier, we learned how to pass data to a normal, that is normal way of navigation through constructor. And second way is using a name route. Here we have to make sure we remember model route dot of context. This is the way to extract the values while navigating. So the last thing of passing value is that we also can return a value when going back. So from first screen to second screen, we learned how to pass data, but there might be some scenarios where from second screen, you must get some kind of confirmation, some kind of success or a cancelled status, and which will result in the change in the first screen. For that, we need to modify the push function in the first screen to make sure it waits for a value using await, and pass the value in the pop function of the second screen. What I mean by that is, in the first screen, suppose while pushing, right now I'm not sending any data, we have to wait. So I will just write bool status is equal to await. This async and await concept definitely we will learn in the next session. Right now, you just remember here, we are waiting for this value for this function or for this action to complete, and then only the value will be stored in the status boolean. And here I will just write print status. And now in the from the second screen, while we are go back with value, here I will simply write navigator dot pop context, and then here with just comma I will write true. That's it. It's so simple that while popping out the screen, we have to send this true value. Now, when I go to the second screen and when I click on go back with value, see true. So this is printed from the first screen, because with this await, it was waiting till we come back from the second screen to this screen, and after that only this code was executed. Async and await are a very important concept. It's called asynchronous programming, and definitely in the later session we will be going very deep into that, because without this concept you won't be able to build any complete application. So the navigation portion is done. I hope you had fun and you had all your doubts clear. Please try to make more and more screens and practice it, because definitely you have to remember it by heart. Thank you. See you in the next session.